This is Seed. I was not ready to see Seed's drip marketing. I knew to expect a girl in the robot. I did not expect this. I'm a little speechless. I was not ready to see this. We're gonna ignore her feet, okay, chat? They've been acknowledged. We're not gonna talk about them. We're not. I can't believe it. What we are gonna talk about is her scooter. Look at her scoot! She doesn't even walk around. If you play as Seed in the overworld, she scoots around. She is truly the white scooter demon. Lazy. Don't make fun of her. Don't make fun of her. Let her scoot. Segue. She refers to herself as the white scooter demon in the story quest. So clearly it's a scooter. Hoyo would never go in and change their translation in response to us noticing something about the character design or dialogue. Hoyo would never do that. Let me give you a hint, chat. They changed the text on her hair ornaments from raccoon to tanuki. They did this. This used to say raccoon. They went in and changed it. So honestly, if it's meant to be a segue, I believe they will change the translation and the voice line for that story quest for her to refer to herself as the Segway demon instead of the scooter demon. Bruh. I honestly believe they will change it if it is meant to be something else. The precedent is here. Anyway, the white scooter demon. Seed is an on-field electric attack DPS. Now, the thing that makes Seed unique is she is an attack agent who needs to be played with another attack agent. Before I talk about that, let's talk about what we expected. We expected Seed to be an Aftershock agent because of Orpheus. Seed does not have a single Aftershock in her kit. Instead, she's a basic attack agent. She's got a brand new set that increases basic attack damage. It gives 2-piece basic attack damage bonus, 4-piece basic attack damage bonus, and more basic attack damage bonus after EX and ult for 25 seconds, totaling 60% basic damage bonus. That is the new set. I'm really upset. I'm really disappointed that they made a redundant set. Where is my freaking chain attack and ultimate set, Hoyo? Where is it? What is going on? Why are we getting a basic attack set? Just make it Aftershock. Give her the Aftershock set. What's happening? What's happening? Bruh. I should also mention up front, they changed Orpheus from the last iteration of her kit. She now will always consume 100 heat on the laser attack, meaning the quick parry and swap off stuff I talked about in the last video. It's dead. It's over. Don't worry about it. It's gone. This is a good thing. Orpheus's 35 damage bonus was traded for 20% attack. This is a buff. This is also farthers Seed synergy, which you will see. What else did they do? I actually have to talk about Orpheus later when we talk about the mechanic. We'll be talking more about Orpheus and changes to her later, because some of the information I talked about in the last video is already outdated. There were some number tweaks. Those don't matter right now, though. The general gist on Orpheus is the same. Like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna try to do more Zenless content. More Genshin content is coming. Did you know most of you watching are not currently subscribed? You should subscribe. So, Seed's primary attack is this idea of the Mecha Punch. The Mecha Punch. This is her hold basic, and if her resource meter is full, it will be the Super Mecha Punch. She generates her resource as Seed and the partner consume energy. The Super Mecha Punch ignores 30% resistance and gets 20 damage bonus. So you may have heard me refer to the partner. This is a really core thing about Seed and how she works. The partner is the attack agent in the squad with the highest attack, not including Seed. It specifically needs to be an attack agent. This is not up for interpretation. The way it is implemented, it needs to be an attack agent. So she will consider an agent as the partner. When an agent is considered the partner, Seed will increase her own attack and crit damage by 30% and 35% respectively. So 30% attack and 35% crit damage, depending on the stats of the partner. That is up to a maximum of 1,800 attack and 70 crit damage. So to get the maximum buff out of this, you need like 3,000. What is it actually? 30%? Hold on. I can just do this. 3,600 attack and 200 crit damage. Now, this is why we need to talk about Orpheus. Seed will also generate 2 energy per second for the partner. Additionally, the partner will gain 10 EX damage bonus, which is nice, but whatever. So because the partner needs to be an attack agent, she wants an attack agent who is a support. It's almost like they made one just for this. It's almost like they did that. Yes, they did that. So because Seed generates energy for Orpheus, I have to revise my gearing recommendations for Orpheus. If you have Orpheus's S rank engine, you will not use an energy regen slot 6. You will use an attack slot 6. And you're going to use a crit damage slot 4. That is with Seed. If you do not have Orpheus's engine, you will probably use energy regen slot 6. And you'll use an attack engine. So Gilded Blossom is presumably going to be Orpheus's best A rank engine. If you have it, that's the event engine from 1.1. If you don't have it, there will be other options, but you get the idea. You get the idea. You get the point. You don't need as much energy regen. So that is the big revision from the last video. There's an additional mechanic here, which is after using ultimate, Seed increases her own damage bonus by 50%, and she gets some of her resource for the Super Mecha Punch. So Seed's gameplay is pretty simple. You play her with Orpheus, you spam B4, and you use the Super Mecha Punch when it is available. You can swap cancel some of the Super Mecha Punch, but not all of it. Also, if you were curious, you are attacking as the girl, but she calls in the mech for some of the attacks. So her B4 is her riding the scooter and smacking enemies with her scooter. But the Super Mecha Punch, the robot comes in and spam. Is the regular Mecha Punch. The Super Mecha Punch is a reused animation from the Bang Boo event. Or did the Bang Boo event reuse animations from Seed? Actually, all of Seed's animations are the same, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, the swoop down and punch from above. I should also mention that her ultimate is actually very long. It's a very long animation. She goes into the first person perspective and goes, and you see her feet. That's how I describe this. Bruh. But yeah, the animation from the character announcement is her ult. It's a little zoomed out, or it's a little more zoomed out than they showed. They zoomed in just to show her feet, but that is her ultimate animation with the calf jiggle. So let's talk about the downsides here. You may have noticed she needs to be played with an attack agent, and there's only one attack agent she wants to play with. This is a problem, even if you are pulling Orpheus, because Seed is first half, Orpheus is second half. You can't actually play a competent Seed team for the first 3 weeks. We're gonna ignore that, and we're gonna talk about our teams. They are Orpheus Trigger, Orpheus Astra, Orpheus Jafufu, Orpheus Chingy, Orpheus Pulchra, or Orpheus. Honorable mention to Orpheus Nicole. Those are her teams. So you're going to play Orpheus and you're going to play a support. That's Seed. That's what's up with this character. So there was also a change to how Orpheus works for her Mindscapes, which is a change I really do not like, or a clarification that I really do not like. Seed's buff is applied when Seed does Aftershocks. And on the tail laser, it's specifically the tail laser, right? Not Seed, Orpheus, shit. It is specifically the tail laser, right? Let me double check. When ultimate or EX special each, yes, it's with the laser, which lasts 12 seconds. This applies focus to all members of the party. It is extended on the agent who triggers an aftershock by up to 18 seconds. Because Seed does not activate an aftershock, there is downtime on Orpheus's buff. Because it's not just any aftershock, it's the aftershock of the agent. If you want any aftershock to extend the buff, you gotta pull M1, buddy. Is this a big deal? No, it's not a big deal. It's really mildly annoying and pretty frustrating because you need to time Orpheus's buff with Seed, which is the real reason I mention it. You need to make sure that, let's say when you're coming into stun, you use Orpheus's laser attack or her ultimate during stun. You have to be very careful to time that and not waste that buff window because of this. Yeah, which is mildly annoying. That's mildly annoying. It's not a deal breaker. I can tell you with absolute confidence, Orpheus is best in slot anyway. This is not subjective. Orpheus is best in slot anyway. But I figure I should mention it because if I mention it, they might change it. Think smarter, not harder. Actually, before I talk about that, let's talk about engines. Because Orpheus is a basic attack agent, we can use Brimstone. If you look at this chart, though, you might see something kind of obvious. So, Seed's engine gives 20% Death Shred, 35 crit damage, 24 crit rate, and 24 damage bonus. This is the best engine in the game, so there's a pretty big difference if you don't have the engine. So what I'm trying to tell you is Seed is a bit of an expensive character. I don't think this is necessarily problematic, but she better be good. Seed better be like the best DPS in the game if she needs a special support just for her and potentially an S-rank engine and another Mindscape for that support. That's a lot to ask. Seed better have the power to back it up, which is really all I'm gonna say. From what I can tell, Seed does have those numbers. Seed is a very good character. Seed is a very good character, and I'm considering pulling her on our free-to-play account and Orpheus. I hope she doesn't get nerfed. If she does, I will sound the alarm. So that is what is up with Seed. She's a very good character. I'm excited for this one. She's cool. She does ask a lot of the player and the player's account. It's kind of the nature of the beast with this bundle thing, but at least I'm making you aware. And she doesn't have any teeth. She's like, people are gonna think she's bad because you can't play her on first half. You can't really play her at maximum capacity for the first 3 weeks. So people are absolutely going to think this character is bad.